Yeah. Hi there, everyone. Good evening and happy Halloween. A day early for you. Hope you guys are enjoying the holiday season. I know we have spent all of October doing as many fun Halloween activities as we could. So we're having a great time and hope you are too. We're coming to you tonight with the lowdown on sugar and ADHD. Somewhat of a controversial topic. We have people that don't think sugar has an effect on ADHD. And then we have, oh my goodness, oh, terrible sugar, horrible, terrible stuff, right? So we're going to help you out with that today. Help you take some stress off your mind when it comes to this holiday season with all of these goodies, treats, and candies, especially Halloween, with just three quick must-knows when it comes to sugar and ADHD. Okay, so here we go. Here at Teach Me How to ADHD, we're super big on education and knowledge because knowledge is power. And you know what? Applied knowledge is even more powerful. And it gives you that ability to make the best informed decisions for you and your family. So with that, let's go ahead and get started here with number one, okay? Number one first, of course, it's a good idea to know what we're talking about when we say sugar, or anything really, and the effects of sugar on the body. So this is a human. Okay, well, it was a human at some point, right? But in a nutshell, humans need fat, protein, and carbs. In a nutshell, right? And notice I said fat, protein, and carbs, not fat, protein, and sugar. Why? Well, that's because if it's not a fat or a protein, it's a carb. And that is what your body metabolizes into glucose for energy. And we need energy, which moves us into number two, that not all sugar, carbs, are created equal. We often hear people talking about some sugar being bad, some sugar being good, but rather than saying carbs are good, carbs are bad, all of that kind of stuff, I wouldn't really consider things bad necessarily, but rather some carbs and sugar are better for you than others. So if you're familiar with diabetes, then you probably already know some carbs are better for you than others. And you also know that some carbs are called simple sugars, like fruit juice, fruit, candy, all of those things. And that's what we commonly think of when we think of sugar. This kind of sugar metabolizes really quick, which means it can quickly help the body replenish needed energy. So, like when our blood sugar level drops down, okay, we get a little hangry or experience hypoglycemia. So that's when those quick carbs are needed to quickly replace energy. And the other type of carb we call the complex carbs, which does convert into glucose for energy, but at a much slower rate. And those are, our bread, pasta, grains, that kind of thing. They won't replace your energy quickly if you're in a jam, but they will help you sustain your energy, okay, for longer periods of time versus just the simple sugars. So, short round version here is we actually need both. We need simple and complex, okay? So that brings us here to number three. What does this have to do with ADHD? Well, whether you're dealing with physical hyperness or just that constant spacing off with those endless thoughts in your own mind, your brain keeps turning and turning and turning. Either way we look at it, we're talking about burning a substantial amount of energy. Handling just stress alone, okay, is enough to tax just even an average person's body and mind. So imagine the amount of energy being burned by someone with ADHD. So when you think about it, it makes sense that there can be times where a simple, quick sugar is necessary and a fast-acting sugar is needed. However, ideally we do want to strive to maintain a constant, even blood sugar level as much as possible to avoid those up-high spikes and those down-low lows. High and low, right? We want to avoid that. We want nice and even, okay, as much as possible to sustain that blood sugar level. But even with that, to cycle back around to what we mentioned before about good sugar, good carbs, bad carbs is yes, of course, common sense would tell us that we do want to try to consume as much real and whole foods as possible. Like the fruits and the veggies and the whole grains and all of that, instead of that highly processed fake. I say fake because, it's still food. You can still eat it, right? But staying away from those and concentrating more on having the real whole food is always a better approach. However, sometimes you're in that pinch, and if you gotta take care of your blood sugar, you gotta take care of your blood sugar, right? Don't want people being hangry. Always think of that Snickers Betty White commercial. Like, hungry, grab a Snickers. Anyway, that's a wrap. That's all I have for you today, is just quickly going over with you exactly what we're talking about with sugar, how it relates to the body, how our body uses that, how in the world that relates to ADHD, and all of that stuff. So, with that, have a safe and happy Halloween. And if you'd like to get more details on managing ADHD through diet, nutrition, supplements, that kind of thing, send me or Paula a quick message and one of us will reach out to you, okay? So drop a comment if you want to, or PM my inbox, or Paula, she's the admin in our group and my assistant, so you can PM her too, and one of us will get back to you for those of you that do want some more detailed information on managing ADHD through nutrition and supplements. So anywho, you guys have a very safe, happy Halloween, and I will see you next week. Take care, guys.